laut offizieller Umfrage steht die AfD jetzt genau gleich mit der CDU. Also das heißt, sie stehen eigentlich vor. And that's fucking great. That's great news, people. It's wonderful. I wish I was a fly on the wall in Bundestag today when these results of the polls came out showing the AfD on top, because you know they're on top. And if they're not on top yet, they're going to be on top by the end of the week, because this week is when the CDU is going to present their Regierungspapier, so their manifesto for how they want to govern. And I'm pretty sure none of the things that they promised were going to happen are in that paper, and that's going to put them further behind and put the AfD further up, people. That's right. That's what we need. We need the AfD on top. So guys, it's Monday, a very good Monday for a couple of reasons. We're going to get into those reasons. It's Monday, the 7th of April, 2025, and it's 2:30 p.m. here in Germany. And this is the Insanity Report for Germany for today, where the AfD is going to be number one this week, as it should be. Now, on one hand, that's a little bit sad, isn't it? Because all the shit that the CDU has done since they got elected, we, people like me, warned everybody about for months before that. So we were like, guys, these people have lied to your ass for 100 years, right? They're liars. This Merz guy is a fucking liar. He's a Trojan horse. He's not going to do any of the shit he said he was going to do, because in order to do the shit he said he was going to do, that takes balls. Friedrich Merz doesn't have any balls. We told you. And what you guys do, you voted for these fuckers anyway. Now, haben wir das Salat is what you guys say? Yeah, now we're fucked, right, basically. But we might not be, because a friend of mine today, a German, right, who knows more about the German rules and laws than I do, said that it might be possible for the AfD to fight the election of the CDU if their numbers get high enough, right? So apparently there's some sort of clause, and I don't know if this is true or not. Apparently there's some sort of clause in the Wahlrecht, so in the election laws, that say that if after the election, the party who won, if their numbers go down far enough and another party is suddenly leading, that party that suddenly is leading could contest the election. If that's true, that's going to be amazing. But if it's not, I'm going to assume it's not. I'm going to assume that there's no way that the AfD is now going to suddenly be able to challenge the election in court and win, and then be able to take the lead in this governing period. That would be too good to be true. You know what I'm saying? Really, it would be crazy if that was the case. So let's assume it's not true, and let's say now, people, when the next time to vote comes around, everybody has to vote on the AfD. Let's get rid of all of these fucking establishment parties that suck dick, don't do shit. They're basically EU whores, right? They're EU whores. And they're globalist whores. They're war whores. We need to get rid of them altogether. I think that's clear now after this in Germany. I think that's clear after the blunder that the CDU has done after they got elected in these last weeks. It should be absolutely clear to everybody here in this country that the only way to get the political change that people are demanding is to give the AfD a majority in the next election. Also, the next election may be the last one that you get the chance. We can look at France, we can look at Hungary. You know what I'm saying? Those are just two EU countries in the span of a couple of months in which courts and justice and the EU have injected themselves into the election process and made sure that the right-wing populist candidate, who the people want to have, can't win because they can't run. So Georgescu was ejected from the election in Romania. Now it's Marine Le Pen. I stand 100% with Marine Le Pen, even though she probably is guilty of this whatever the fuck they're accusing her of. You know, I bet if you look at pretty much any party in Europe, right, that whatever she did, they're probably doing it, okay? I don't trust the EU judges. I don't trust the French judges or the court system in any way. There's no reason why I should. They haven't given me any reason to trust them whatsoever, right? And the same is true for Germany. So any attacks on these right-wing politicians or populist politicians, I would say that not all of them are right-wing at all. I would say that a lot of them are populists which means popular, which the people want populist candidates, and they're voting for them. And it's scaring the EU to death because they're losing power because of it. The establishment parties are losing power because of it. So don't miss your chance, because I can tell you one thing. The EU and all of the globalist cronies within the established parties here in this country are going to continue to try to find ways to eliminate the AfD from the election playing field. That's what they're doing. They're telling you about it right now, right? That's what the whole firewall thing is about. CDU is probably going to sign along with the rest of the parties to try to get the AfD forbidden or banned, right? We don't want to let them do that. That's fucking around with democracy. That's killing democracy. So in order to, I don't know how more serious I can tell you guys. In Germany, the next time you get the chance to vote in a general election, the solution to this drama is you must give the AfD full power, maximum votes, the majority, so that they decide if they work with somebody else or not, right? They decide. Because giving any more trust or any more power to these establishment parties is completely ridiculous after what they have done with it. They have pissed on your guys' heads and told you it was rain for decades now. And it's time that it stops. And you have it in your power to make it stop. Look, I mean, the AfD is already going to be leading in the country for the first time ever. They'll be the biggest party. And that's because Friedrich Merz fucked this up so badly. And this Brandmauer firewall bullshit has done so much damage to democracy that even the regular normie person is like, nope, fuck it, I'm going to take the AfD. This is ridiculous, right? So let's keep that momentum going. Let's make sure these poll numbers go up for the AfD, especially if there's some sort of legal possibility that they can take over the election and win now. That would be amazing. So let's keep letting these fucked up establishment losers, let's keep letting them know as a citizenry, let's keep hammering it home. We're done with you, right? We're done with you. We're done. You know what I mean? Look, all around the world, the right, the populism is winning everywhere. Donald Trump is winning. You might think the tolls, the tariffs are a bad thing. Just wait it out. The only way it's going to be a bad thing for Germany is if the politicians of Germany don't react to this correctly. And the correct reaction is go make a deal with Donald Trump. Forget about the EU and taking a stand as an EU. That's never going to happen. It's going to take too long. Go as Germany, call Donald Trump and say, yo, Donald, we need to make a deal. And he'll do it. I'm telling you, that's the solution. It's pretty easy, right? It's pretty fucking easy. And I think it's going to be a good lesson for the EU and all the countries in it that they need to get their shit together, and the time to time to ignore reality is over, right? Reality has hit Europe's front door and is banging on it like, yo, let me in. The ignoring reality shit is over. It's no longer a viable strategy. And the EU is going to know that. And they're going to learn that. And they're going to realize that right now. Right? They're going to realize that right now. Because they're going to have no choice but to go along with the way the world is moving. And the world is moving towards populism, away from globalism, and the results of the AfD today in the polls shows that. That is great, great news. All right, people, that's it for today. Have a good one. We'll see you tomorrow.